everyone. I recently got a question from a subscriber, the Humble Show Off, and he asked me how I protect my older Silver Age books. So I thought, you know what? I thought about doing a video on that subject, and I thought now's the perfect time, so here it is. Before I get started, though, please understand that, like comic book collecting or anything in life, the way you do it is what works best for you. I have spent a lot of time and tried many different ways of protecting my collection, and this is what works best for me. Not everybody's probably going to like it, but again, if you tried it, I think you would like it because, again, I just don't jump at something and just take the first thing that comes along. I investigate everything. I try all different bags and boards and different types of storage boxes, and because I want the best for my collection for me. So, with that said, when it comes to boards, to me, as long as the board is acid-free, it doesn't matter if it's Comic Care, BCW, or the other boards out there. A board is a board. They're acid-free. They're basically the same. You can certainly go out and spend the money on the archive board that is double-sided and beautiful and costs an arm and a leg to get. You don't need that. I've spoken to many collectors, many comic book shop owners, and they're all in the agreement that as long as the board is acid-free, board's a board, what I'm going to show you will work just as well as anything else using any type of a board. The first thing I do, so we've already discussed the comic bag or the board. Right now I am using BCW Silver Mylar comic book bags, 2 milliliters thick. They come 7 1/4 by 10 1/2 with a 1.5 inch flap. And the end result is basically this is what you get. This is the Mylar bag with a regular board. It looks fantastic. This is the bag that this book came from when I purchased it, and as you can see, I mean, would you rather have this beat up bag that's showing its age, it's wrinkled, or this really nice Mylar bag? I think the Mylar is the obvious choice because it looks better, and face it, when you have a collection, the eye appeal is everything. Everybody wants to see a beautiful cover of a book. This particular book is Green Lantern number 67, and it's a nice, very nice book. I like it. So what I do from there is, after I've already placed it in the regular Mylar bag, which is going to protect it now forever, I wanted a little bit more protection. And I thought, do I go with a top loader, which this will fit in a top loader, or do I go another route? So I tried top loaders, and I tried this particular route, which I liked, and this is what I use. I purchase archive bags from eGerber in the size of 7 3/4 and 10 1/2. The unit number on these are 775R, and you can buy these from eGerber's website, $20 for 50 of them. 50 of them. 40 cents a piece. To me is nothing. And this is what you get. This is one. It is a more rigid holder, has an opening that you cannot seal, but your book is already going to be sealed when you put the piece of tape over. And this book fits perfectly with the Mylar bag inside the archive holder. There you go. Now, of course, again, this would be folded down. So that's basically what you would get now. It's much more rigid, lots more protection. So now you have 2 layers of Mylar protecting your book. The cost on this is basically, like I said, you can buy 50 of these for $20. It's 40 cents a piece. You can buy 50 of the Mylar bags for $11. It's 22 cents. So you're looking at 62 cents. And then if you add the board, depending on where you buy them, anywhere from 7 to 10 cents. So we'll go kind of in the middle. We'll say 8, 9 cents. You're 71, 72 cents to protect a $20 to $50, $60 book If I'm going to spend that type of money, an extra 70 cents isn't going to bother me. Some of you might not like to spend that. You might like to spend your money and just say, you know what? My comic book shop gives me a free bag and board. That's fine. That's what you want to do. I guarantee you that for the most part, a comic book shop is giving you a free bag and board. They're using the cheapest bag and board they can get because they're doing it as basically a courtesy to protect the books that you buy out of their shop. They're not giving you the best books. I end up, for current books, I get the free bag and board from my comic shop, and then I bring them home, and I basically take them out of that, stack them in a little pile, take them back to the comic shop, because I prefer to use just a regular bag, a regular board, and right now I am using Ultra Pro bags because it's a tight fit for me, and I like it better. Sometimes the books will slide. These, they don't slide, they're uniform, but that's for modern stuff. We'll finish up with the Mylar on the older Silver Age stuff. 72 cents, you get something that looks like this. It'll last forever. The drawback on this is, well, the drawback for some people, it's not a drawback for me. I use the drawer boxes, the ones that pull out if you've seen them, not the top lid, but the pullouts, which I think are fantastic because you can stack those 3 or 4 high. They say you can go 5 and 6, but I stick with 3 levels, 3 layers. I think that's better all around. The only drawback is it's good for modern age books. This is a little wider, so with the edges, it kind of crimps a little bit. I don't want crimping. So all my Silver Age books, when I put them in this type of protection, goes into a magazine drawer box, and they fit perfect. It's the same box you would use if you have any graded comic books. And so basically, if you have graded comic books, there's not a different cost factor involved. So it works out real well. So that works for me. It's a minimal expense. I like it. A lot of you out there spend big money on books, on your collection, on your hobby because you love it. If you want to protect it, your older books. You don't need to put Mylar on a modern book. That's a waste of money. This isn't. Spend the money, protect your books with Mylar, excuse me. I'm tired, I've been up a lot of hours. Protect your books with Mylar. It looks nicer, and you can have the peace of mind of knowing that, you know what, the book's going to stay in that box until I look at it again, and it's going to be in good condition because the elements aren't beating it up. The bag isn't beating it up. It's not going to turn, yellow because the bag it's not going to get acid and everything else because the Mylar protects you from all that. So I know that my facts, I didn't have a lot of information. It was just basically, look, you want to buy the stuff. These are the archive bags. You can get them from E. Gerber, 775R, $20 for 50. You can use these Mylar bags in the size of 7 1/4 by 10 1/2 with a 1 1/2 inch flap, which I showed you on the E. Gerber site. That is the 725 M2, $11 for a bag of 50, 22 cents a piece. Shipping is very minimal. Do yourself a favor, protect your books correctly. I hope you liked the video. Again, this might not be for everybody. This is just some information that I thought might be helpful to some collectors out there. Remember, collect because you love it, not because you're trying to make a quick buck. And again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great night. Please check the channel because I'm going to put more stuff up moving in the future on different topics. So again, thank you for watching. Have a great night. I'll talk to you later.